Imagine landing the dream offer. You walk through the doors on day one with a spring in your step, ready to conquer the workload. You signed on for an excellent package, a top-tier salary, a massive 401k match, and 4 weeks of paid vacation. 90 days later, you are exhausted. You spend half your meetings mentally checked out, and you are quietly scrolling through job boards on your lunch break. That massive paycheck and those generous benefits are exactly the same as 3 months ago, yet they are doing absolutely nothing to stop you from wanting to hand in your notice. A high-end compensation package is highly effective at getting you to sign an employment contract. It cannot buy your ongoing psychological loyalty. In 1988, researchers Bruce McAfee and Myron Glassman proposed a framework to explain this exact disconnect. They called it the theory of little things. This chart shows the first half of their theory. That flat, stable line represents situational characteristics. These are the permanent, negotiated features of your job, like your base pay, health insurance, and promotion tracks. But job satisfaction is actually determined by the situational occurrences. These are the unpredictable daily events, like a spontaneous compliment from a boss or a sudden tech failure, that cause your actual morale to bounce above and below that baseline. To see how this breaks down a workforce, we can look at a specific mundane negative occurrence, an office copier that jams every Tuesday and sits ignored by maintenance. Your human resources department controls the baseline characteristics. The unpredictable, messy reality of the daily workday dictates how an employee actually feels. This graph tracks morale over time. At the top is stage 1, acceptance. When the copier jams, the employee assumes it's a minor fluke. Weeks pass. They enter tolerance, frustrated but putting up with it. Months pass. They hit rejection, leading straight to eventual resignation. The psychological shift here is severe. The jammed paper is no longer a mechanical failure. In the employee's mind, it becomes undeniable proof that management is entirely incompetent. When leadership walks past that broken machine day after day, the employee assumes the organization places zero value on their time or their daily experience. A purely physical inconvenience, when consistently ignored by those in charge, mutates into a profound sense of psychological betrayal. This dynamic works in reverse, too. Situational occurrences can act as sudden, highly effective boosts to morale that cost the company absolutely nothing. Think of Captain Holt from the sitcom Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He is famously strict and cold, so when he delivers a rare, stoic, good job detective to Jake Peralta, that single sentence acts as a massive positive occurrence. This works because of a psychological principle called immediacy. A tiny, unexpected compliment given on a random Tuesday carries far more emotional weight than the abstract promise of a yearly bonus next December. Or look at Leslie Knope in Parks and Recreation. She spends her days obsessively fixing seemingly trivial community issues, like filling a single pothole. By doing so, she actively prevents the citizens from ever entering that dangerous rejection stage. Actively generating these positive micro-occurrences provides leadership with an immediate, highly asymmetrical return on investment. When negative situational occurrences are left unchecked, their cumulative effect destroys overall employee retention. The stacked bar chart shows how those variables add up. A broken chair, a lack of pens, and a cold office environment mean very little on their own, but combined, they stack up, breach the turnover threshold, and trigger an employee's exit. Managers must intervene early by routinely auditing these minor hassles. They need to treat seemingly trivial logistical problems with the exact same urgency as a major client project. But they also need to practice stage-based intervention. If an employee is already deeply entrenched in the rejection phase, finally replacing the toner in the printer will not fix the underlying resentment. Once an employee hits that rejection stage, a simple Band-Aid fix is useless. Trust has to be rebuilt systemically from the ground up. Look back at that burnt-out employee from their 3rd month on the job. Their exhaustion makes perfect sense when viewed through the lens of the little things theory. True job satisfaction is never permanently secured by a signature on a human resources benefits package. Long-term loyalty is fought for and earned through the continuous, active management of daily micro-environmental details. Mastering those trivial, everyday occurrences is the defining characteristic of competent, resilient organizational leadership.